Island of the Forsaken Towers actually had very few sound effects. Almost all of the sound was either spoken lines or music, but the few sound effects I did use, I recorded myself, and most of the regular videos I post have little to no sound effects. Today, I hope to remedy that by once again recording sound effects by myself. These are sound effects I plan to use in future videos. Wait, Roro, why don't you just go to one of those free sound effect libraries? I can't this. When it comes to using music in YouTube videos, it's really annoying because copyright already limits you so much, and 99% of the remaining songs are still you have to credit whoever made it, and even then, you gotta credit it in a super specific way. I ain't got time for that. One video of figuring that out was enough. The YouTube audio library does have songs that you can use without credit, it's explicitly stated, but I'm composing my own music so that doesn't really affect me. The YouTube audio library also includes sound effects, but rarely ones that I actually want. So here we are. Today I'll be recording 8 different sound effects. Let's begin. Alright, so the first sound effect we're going to be recording is this. Now I could just do that, but that's kind of boring, so I have a plunger. So that's pretty good, but I also have this thing. This thing's called a Harmon mute, and this is what it sounds like. And there's plenty of other cool things you can do with these. Yeah, you also gotta be careful of that. And so that's the final sound effect. I'm gonna edit it into a previous video so we can see it in action. This would appear to be kind of a long jump, and that's exactly why. On to the next one. Listen to this next sound effect and take a guess at how I recorded it. Even though I'm speaking that in past tense, but I haven't actually recorded yet as I record me saying this sentence. If you guessed a xylophone mallet, you would be correct. So basically if I just take xylophone mallets and I do that through the air really fast, I mean at the moment you hear it tapping the desk, but if I do that across 10 times the distance and maybe not that much times the force, it makes a very accurate whoosh sound. This sound effect will be useful for transitions like this. Alright, this next sound effect is that technical difficulty sound. You know, that tone that's like... So that's actually a sine wave at a frequency of 1 kilohertz or 1000 hertz. So I have this tuner app on my phone called Tonal Energy Tuner or TE Tuner. So yeah, you can use it to tune your instrument and see if you're in tune. So let's see how out of tune my voice is. So first of all, let's make it a sine wave. So I just need to go here and select sine wave. Easy enough. But how do I get it to be exactly 1000 hertz? Because that's not any specific musical pitch. It's around B5 and C6. It's somewhere between there, I think. But I can make it exactly 1000 hertz. If I go here and set concert A ref, I think that's for reference or something, and set that to 1000. And so normally that's 440, so concert A4 would be 440 hertz. It would sound like this. But 1000 hertz sounds like that. In the past, when I've used this technical difficulties effect, I've used just a sound effect I downloaded off Google that sounded like it, and I used an image that I also downloaded off Google. My channel hasn't gotten deleted yet, so I guess it's fine, but here I am making my own sound effects. And in fact, my own technical difficulties image. You might think it's going to be better than the previous one, but no, it's going to be intentionally worse. If I just made it the same thing, it's really just squares of different color, so it's kind of boring. Alright, so it's going to have a thingy here, and it's gonna have some thingies like this. So far this is a beautiful work of art. And then some more thingies, kinda like this. And now I just paint some of them in. Let's make these two yellow, add some red ones. Wait a second, looking on various images on Google, these bars, they're all the same colors in the same order. Guess I better make that be the case here. So it's gonna start with white, conveniently that's already filled in. Then teal, green, purple, magenta-y color, red, blue. There, it's already looking great. Then at the bottom, I also seem to see a repeating pattern. We have blue. And then at the bottom, I don't really seem to see any repeating pattern. So, I don't know, let's just do the colors of the rainbow. Green, blue, purple, and sometimes Y. Oh, of course, that's the wrong color. Now you can't see me type it. I know, that was so funny. Get it? Because, the vowels are A, E, I, O, U, and sometimes Y. Since that joke doesn't make any sense, there can, of course, be only one thing. Among Us. Ta-da! Technical difficulties. It looks great. Let's see it in action. Alright, the next sound effect is a pop sound effect. And my notes for the sound effects and how to record them, it just says pop sound effect recorded by mouth. So yeah, I just do this. This sound effect will be useful for perhaps when things appear or disappear on screen, such as this. Subscribe. Next up is like an alarm sound effect, and so for that, we're back on trumpet for this one. We're gonna try some various options of alarm sounding things. What note should I play? Maybe like F sharp, since I use that in Sabotage Canon for the sabotage alarm thing. I think it was an F sharp. Maybe it was a concert F sharp, I don't know. I'll play that note, which is my F sharp, but concert E. Okay, so we're gonna try all the mutes that I own and see which sounds the best. So for a plunger, Harmon mute with the stem, which is this thing. That's what I used before. That sounds pretty good. If I take the stem out, what does that sound like? Also pretty good. What about a cup mute? I'll try it with and without the cup. If you do this, it's just a straight mute, but it sounds slightly not like a straight mute, I think. I guess we'll find out. Yeah, they're similar. So like, use a cup mute, but without this thing, if that's your only option for a straight mute. Not that good. Thing from worst to best is cup mute with the cup mute without the cup, straight mute, plunger, Harmon mute with stem. Before that is Harmon mute without stem. Looks like we're going with Harmon mute with the stem. When you fall on a JTOH tower and lose all your progress, you may want to punch your screen. However, I would not recommend that. Maybe when you edit the video, you should instead add a sound effect of something breaking. So what sounds like the glass of a monitor breaking but won't cost me a monitor? Frozen dihydrogen monoxide, of course. When my sister and I were younger, we'd sometimes take a disposable bag, fill it with water, freeze it, and then yeet it on the ground. It's fun, you should try it. That's what we did to record this sound effect. Take a listen. Nice, and here's an old video where there originally was a breaking sound effect here, but it is now replaced with a new one.
Is this actually supposed to be possible? I don't know. So there was not a safety net.
Next up is going to be an applause sound effect. This one should be pretty self-explanatory. I'm gonna clap. And also I have 2 extra hands for this.
He grew 2 extra limbs to record the sound effect.
And for that, an applause. Alright, that should be good. That was about, I don't know, like 20 seconds. So I can just like, I won't need the sound effect for that long, but I can just like overlay that a bunch. Yeah, that'll make a good applause. For that, I think we deserve an applause. Our final sound effect is going to be a generic audience laugh track. I imagine when I use this, it'll be after I make a really terrible joke, so we'll make this be only pity laughs.
I grew an extra mouth for this, and I also have a different voice in said new mouth.
Ha 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 ha. Well, that was fun. Hopefully you enjoyed this video. If you did, please remember to consider liking and subscribing. I'll be using these sound effects in future videos, so in the highly likely situation where you're wondering, I wonder how Roro got those sound effects, you'll know. Thanks for watching and have a great day.